NASA didn't mean to find it. But when the James Webb Space Telescope looked beyond what we thought was the edge of everything, it captured something that shouldn't exist. Not a galaxy, not a star. Something that made even the most confident scientists stop and ask one question: what if the universe doesn't end at all? For as long as we have looked up, we've wondered how far space really goes. Every generation believes it has reached the limit, until the next one proves otherwise. We once thought the sky ended at the stars, then that the stars ended at the Milky Way, and then that the Milky Way was the entire universe. But every time we built a better telescope and looked further, the horizon moved. Now, NASA's most advanced eyes have done it again. They've found clues that the universe might not just be bigger than we thought, but stranger. Because beyond the visible edge, something is waiting. Something that challenges everything we know about space, time, and reality itself. Let's start with the basics. Right now, scientists estimate the observable universe apart we can see is about 93 billion light-years across. That's enormous, but it's not everything. It's only the distance light has had time to travel to us since the Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago. Anything beyond that distance is invisible. Not because there's nothing there, but because the light from those regions hasn't had time to reach Earth yet. Imagine standing in a vast desert surrounded by a thick fog. You can only see so far, but you know the landscape continues beyond the mist. That's our situation in space. For decades, NASA tried to peer through that cosmic fog. The Hubble Space Telescope showed us galaxies from the early universe, but even Hubble had its limits. Then came the James Webb Space Telescope, launched on Christmas Day 2021. It's the most powerful telescope ever built. It sees in infrared light, allowing it to peer deeper into time than anything before it. And what it found didn't just stretch the boundary, it shattered it. When Webb's first deep field images came in, scientists expected to see blurry dots, primitive galaxies just starting to form. But what they got were mature spiral structures, bright cores, and enormous clusters that, according to our models, shouldn't exist so soon after the Big Bang. It was impossible. The early universe should have been a chaotic soup of gas and energy, yet Webb saw order where there should have been chaos. This means something about our understanding of cosmic evolution is wrong. NASA brought in cosmologists from around the world to verify the data. They checked the redshift values, the stretching of light caused by the expansion of space, and confirmed it. These galaxies were older, brighter, and more structured than they had any right to be. That's when the whispers began. Could we be seeing light from asterisk, beyond asterisk, our universe? Deep in the background of these ancient images, there was a faint glow that didn't match any known source. It wasn't the cosmic microwave radiation from the Big Bang. It was something else. Something faint but consistent, seeping through the fabric of the cosmos. NASA called it the excess. Infrared background. A poetic name for what might be the biggest mystery in space. One mind-bending idea quickly gained attention. What if there's a mirror universe beyond the edge? According to a theory called the CPT symmetric universe, the Big Bang might have created two universes simultaneously. Ours, moving forward in time, and another, moving backward. To us, their galaxies would look impossibly old. To them, asterisk. We asterisk would look like their distant past. Think about that. The light NASA is capturing might not be ancient, it might be reversed light coming from a mirror reality expanding the other way. Of course, that sounds wild, but some of the strange energy readings from the Webb telescope align perfectly with what you'd expect. If light were being reflected from another dimension, Dr. Fei Wang, an astrophysicist on the Webb team, said, every discovery Webb makes so far points to one truth. The early universe is not behaving the way we expected. And that sentence quietly changed everything. To understand what might be beyond the edge, you have to understand how space itself behaves. The universe isn't expanding into anything, it's space itself that's stretching. Now, picture this. Because that expansion is accelerating. Some regions of space are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. That means there are galaxies we will asterisk, never asterisk see. They're outrunning their own light. This is where it gets even more fascinating. Years ago, NASA satellites detected a strange phenomenon called dark flow. Entire clusters of galaxies seem to be moving in one direction. as if pulled by something massive outside our visible universe. For years, scientists couldn't explain it, but now, with Webb's data showing light being bent in ways we can't account for, a new theory is emerging. What if that pull isn't just gravity? What if it's another universe pressing against ours? Like two bubbles touching in a vast cosmic sea. In string theory, our universe is a brain floating in higher dimensional space. Other brains could exist right beside ours, invisible but real. When two brains interact, it could trigger massive energy events, like the Big Bang. Webb's observations of strange light distortions, as if invisible hands are bending it from behind, hint at gravitational effects coming from outside our visible bubble. Some researchers call this cosmic leakage, gravity bleeding from another universe into ours. If true, it could explain not only the strange galaxies, but also the mysterious dark energy that is accelerating our universe. As expansion, maybe that dark energy isn't coming from within. Maybe it's pressure from beyond. In late 2024, NASA quietly published a paper reporting faint light signals detected at the furthest limits of Webb's range. The light didn't belong to any known source when compared with cosmic background maps. The same faint, repeating pattern appeared again. One scientist described it as a cosmic heartbeat beyond the visible horizon. NASA didn't call it a discovery, but their conclusion was clear. There may exist luminous structures or reflective phenomena beyond the current limits of observation. In simple words, something is there. No one is saying it's another universe or a cosmic mirror, but no one is ruling it out either. Think about what that means. Every dot of light in the night sky is a window into the past. With Webb, NASA is seeing light that began its journey before Earth even existed. Now, imagine discovering light that may have crossed the boundary between universes. It's humbling. We think we're so advanced. Yet every discovery reminds us that we're still standing at the shoreline of an endless cosmic ocean. Maybe the real discovery isn't what's beyond the edge, but that there is no edge at all. If other universes exist, they might have different laws of physics, different versions of matter, time, even life. The thought is both terrifying and beautiful. Curiosity might just be a universal language. And maybe that's what this is about. Not about borders or endings, but connection. The edge of the universe isn't a wall, it's a mirror. One that reflects our own hunger to know, our courage to explore, our refusal to accept that we've seen it all. So what's hiding beyond the edge of the universe? We don't know. But that uncertainty is a gift. NASA's telescopes are extensions of our oldest human instinct to understand where we come from. The fact that light from the dawn of creation can still reach us means we reconnected to everything that ever was. The stars that burned billions of years ago are part of the atoms in our bodies. Maybe what's out there isn't something alien. Maybe it's just the rest of the story, the part we haven't read yet. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the cosmic frontier. If you're as fascinated by these mysteries as we are, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Keep looking up, because the story of the universe is just beginning.